sun is at the perfect place, so it's also perfect moment to record the message of the morning. Why it is important to do the inner work and why it is important to know what you're doing on this journey. I'll give you one of examples regardless of love and relationships. Most people were, in a sense, manipulated when they were children, meaning I'll do this for you if you behave, or if you're a good girl, or if you're a good boy. There is not a big percentage of us who experienced unconditional love, so that later on in life we are used to unconditional love. So if you were in any shape or form shortened for love, if your parents were unaware, unfortunately most of the parents were, you will not be attracted to good things and to good people and to those who really want to give you everything. Why? Because that people will be boring to you. Your nervous system got used to have a little love, then don't have love. Your nervous system see that form of giving and receiving as normal. So that is why it is so important to do the inner work. You can't do good and feel good unless you are aware of these things. Awareness and knowing how all that is so important. Early childhood programming will give you that power to examine, rewrite and release what's no longer now in adulthood, what you prefer. No one is responsible for the set of cards they got, but everyone is responsible for whether or not they're interested and willing to do something because they owe that version of themselves, first of all to the younger self, to their younger self, and then to their future family. So do the work and know that everything is a reflection. Never wait to have something in order to be motivated to do anything and then you will feel awesome. You must know that it is all backwards law. So first, from your state of being, do the aligned action, because many times, and I will repeat forever, action from alignment is billion times more powerful than action from effort. And guess what? Doing in that way, no matter what your niche is and what your passion is, will bring you desired results. What seems for others overnight, but for you that will be just a normal and next step on this journey. We are in essence all light, all great minds say that because nothing is solid and everything is energy, at our core we are this light. That's why light feels so good. It reminds you of your essence and who you are. Don't see any challenge as life is working against me. Every challenge is just life pointing at you what you should be aware of, what you should work on, and what you should release. And therefore witness completely different results. Never expect, as the saying goes, different results from the same level of consciousness or awareness that created it, because that's the easiest and shortcut to madness. In order to get something different, you must be something different. How to be something different or how to become something different, just be it. That's the power of identity shifting. I had never asked anyone how to spread the word. I just one day said, this is what I do, this is who I am. This is what is giving me everything I ever wanted. And that's it. It's done. It's happening. No tomorrow, no what will someone think, no is this good enough, is this... No. Whenever faced with something that seems to you that you can't solve on your own, as I said yesterday, affirm. Thank you, God, for showing me how this has already been done. Thank you, God, for showing me how all my problems have already been solved 3 times. Preferably morning and before you fall asleep. There's a frequency of problems and there's a frequency of solutions. There are people who are always finding problems to every solution, and there are people who are always finding solution to every problem. It's much better to be in this gem group of people who are able to find solution to every problem. Why? Because if a problem has solution, it can be done, and it's done. If it doesn't, it's not a problem. It's just the fact that should be accepted. So why freaking out? I always hated pity parties. I always hated those who freaked out. I always hated people who are making panic. And even though I went through my youth through very, very hard and often and daily panic attacks, but I was never loud. I simply, and that's how I was blessed to, so to speak, step to the other side of ease and flow, because I was always tuning inside. Even when I was younger, I never socialized in order to find the answers. I knew that Susie, Billy, John, or Daisy can't help me if they weren't capable or ready to even do something for themselves. I was always doing what people are scared to do. I was always willing and ready and eager to explore the inner world. So in a sense, this is here a result of decades of courage to explore the unseen and to seek the answers where they always were hidden, and that's inside you. I think that even when they asked God, I read it somewhere and I saw it somewhere, that when they asked God, where do you want to be hidden from people, he said, where they will never search for me, and that's in their own heart. So why is it like that? Well, because people can't imagine that it was always that close, that there was no need to get exhausted through search of gurus, through visiting temples. All your tools and all your answers and God were always hidden in your heart. You didn't want it to see it, or you couldn't believe it because it's too easy. As it was hard for me to believe, as someone who was literally trained for all early years of life to live and to die, seeing this world as unfriendly place. And then, ironically, when faced with greatest challenges, I got the biggest support from people I didn't even know. So what is that telling to you? Yes, we are living in a friendly universe. Yes, ease and flow are the key. Yes, there is no need for you to pour blood, tears, and sweat in order to feel worthy. That's a path of self-destruction. Don't do that. Be selfish. Be unapologetically selfish. And whenever faced with choice whether or not you should disappoint others or yourself, always disappoint others. Trust me. People will, in any case, that's the nature of the human beings. We even mirror that behavior of baboons, where they wait for one of them to be at the weakest and then they attack. So don't be surprised if something like that happens to you from those who loved you. Don't be surprised if when you start to expand and to be and do and have more, you see and more of those who want to take away from you what's yours reappear. That's all normal. And some people simply want something that is yours. They don't even need it, but they simply want to prove to themselves that they can have something that's yours. Be unbothered, because you should celebrate. I get confused when someone, let's say, has been cheated on, and then he is like the worst self-destructive person, being hard on themselves. Why are you doing that? That's not time to be hard on yourself. That's time to celebrate, because you won again. You won what? You will not spend unnecessary more time, because you could spend in that kind of situation for decades. You are free to allow yourself to have something much, much better. So what seems hard at the beginning, and I know how that feels, is actually, as everything in life that appears at first like a challenge or obstacle, just a blessing in disguise. People who were dumped from their job, excellent. Don't be sad and think that your world is over. Trust me, it's not. You were just prepared for something much, 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 much better. Ask and it is given. It is given. Knock and it shall be open. Write down whatever it is that you want and don't be restricted. Write down your wildest goals and dreams. Write them either in present sense or in past sense. You are unlimited. You are the universe. So if you are the essence of the power that created everything, what makes you think that you're separated from your own power to create? Whatever it is that are your preferences. Mine and yours are different. To speed up the process, give as much as you can of that which is that you want for yourself. Be there for your loved ones. Always come from a place of compassion and understanding, because if they knew better, they would do better. Let go of blame, let go of resistances, let go of unforgiveness, because you are only harming yourself. They don't care. They literally don't care. And what's even more interesting, as long as you are unable and incapable to forgive, all those people have extreme power over you. But when you say, I forgive you, and mean it and feel it, and why you should forgive, as I said, everyone was doing best they can from their level of awareness. So nobody was evil or mean or caused you harm or hurt you because they had no other better job to do. They did it because they come from a collective state of consciousness, they come from a lower state of being, they are unaware. That's not the excuse, but that's just something that will help you to better understand what was going on. As I mentioned in one of previous recordings, your thoughts are not even yours. You know how sometimes you know that you shouldn't think about something, but you're still thinking about that. Well, that just means that you tuned to the wrong live stream. This many souls on the planet, and like a web, imagine thoughts of collective consciousness like some web of separated Wi-Fi. And we all know what are the main things of collective and of unconscious: anger, jealousy, resentment, hatred, envy, dog eat dog, and so on and so forth. No one said that doesn't exist. Of course it does, and that's the majority, unfortunately, even though these teachings and this wisdom and knowledge is here for many, many years. Most are still completely in a place of giving 0 Fs about the elevating of themselves. I mean, in a sense, I can understand that. It's always easier to be in the escapism through partying, through shopping, through scrolling, through all kinds of making yourself busy with irrelevant things, gossip, and so on and so forth, then it is to do the work. But trust me, it's the best thing and the best gift you can give to yourself. Nothing that can be bought, nothing that is stuff will give you that awesome feeling. I mean, I don't know exactly the feeling of enlightenment or that nirvana that is available, but only seeing and feeling the glimpses of it through my inner work and personal development for years is something that can't be compared to anything else. And trust me, I've seen everything. I've been there and I done that. Nobody can even scratch and in a form of another person. You should know that love, relationship, intimacy, all of that is just your search for yourself. And that's why those things are so, for many, complicated. Don't search yourself in others, in outside world, in people, circumstances, events. That's transitory and that's empty and meaningless. But be willing to, first of all, say, you know what, somewhere along the way I missed the whole point, let me rewrite the story. And in every given moment you hold the pen and you're the costumograph, producer, you are the makeup artist, you are everything in your own movie. Let the ending be happy.